Abduction, manipulation, religious cults, and a twisted serial killer. The story of how one woman solved a 50-year-old murder case will shock you.
You didn't worry about the risks.
I don't worry about the risk. I just wanted to know the truth.
Her 15-year-old daughter, Annette, struggled with her father's passing and soon began spending time with 40-year-old Felix Vale. Mary Rose was forced to relocate from her hometown of Houston, leaving her daughter in the care of a friend so she could finish high school. After saving up enough money, Mary Rose returned to Houston. Annette had no contact with her mother for an entire year, until finally Mary Rose received the dreaded call from Annette, asking for her approval to marry Felix.
I said, why don't you wait till you turn 18? This is a big mistake.
Mary Rose gave Annette her blessing, but after their marriage, Annette told Mary Rose that Felix's behavior had changed. He became controlling and manipulative, and even forced her to get an illegal abortion after becoming pregnant. Annette found the courage to escape Felix and return home. Felix soon arrived at the house, demanding to talk to Annette.
They approached me and said, we want you out of the house.
Because Annette owned half of the property, Mary Rose was forced to move out.
What he told me was that he had put her on a bus and that she was going to Mexico. I hung up and called the police and filed a missing persons report.
Police believed Felix's story. For 7 years, Mary Rose desperately searched for her daughter. Running out of options, Mary Rose eventually tracked down Felix's sister.
She told me that Felix had a wife who had drowned.
The couple had a baby together named Bill, but Felix's behavior changed dramatically after his birth. Mary died after reportedly falling from a boat during a fishing trip with Felix. Felix was immediately arrested. Despite the evidence, however, the coroner reported the death to be accidental drowning, and Felix was released. Mary Rose continued to dig for evidence and was shocked when Mary's brother told her about another of Felix's former girlfriends who had disappeared. Sharon Hansley had dated Felix after Mary's death, so Mary Rose traveled across the country to meet with her brother. Felix became a preacher, briefly joining a strange mystic school named the Holy Order of Mans. Sharon called her family around this time to explain that she was going to South America with Felix. It was the last time her family ever heard from her. Knowing that Sharon and Annette would be impossible to find, Mary Rose tracked down Bill, one of the only people who knew Felix well. He shared shocking information with Mary Rose that reignited her investigation once more. Bill saw his father once more when he was 13, but Sharon was nowhere to be seen. When he asked Felix about it, he said that she would never bother anyone ever again. Desperate for help, Mary Rose turned to investigative journalist Jerry Mitchell. Mary Rose and Jerry visited Felix's home in a Mississippi trailer park, but Felix was nowhere to be seen, so at 64 years old, Mary Rose decided to break in. Inside, Mary Rose found a large haul of weapons, religious texts, and numerous journals. Felix had written about how he would control women and even expressed how he liked to drink raw blood. Mary Rose and Jerry worked together to gather all the information collected over the past 30 years and release it as a book. It was a success, and the FBI were forced to reopen the investigation. After 5 decades, Felix was charged in 2014 for the murder of his first wife, Mary. Members of all 3 families testified against him, and after just 10 minutes of deliberation, the jury found the 74-year-old guilty of murder.
When they said guilty, really no words to describe it. It just felt so good.
Despite never being able to prove that Felix killed Annette and Sharon, the 2 women's families could be happy to know that Felix would die in prison. Thanks for watching.